Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to look into procrastination. Let me know in the comment section if this is something where you kind of feel a relation to. Is this something that you want to know more about? I'm really curious. Let me know in the comment section. And with this said, my name is Patricia. I'm a life coach and I help my people to find the blind spots that are actually holding them back to really grow into their potential, to find themselves in a life they really desire. With this said, if you want to work with me one-on-one, then you can do that. Have a look into the description box right below. And we are already ready to start into today's video. All right, so procrastination is sometimes a bit associated with being lazy, not wanting to do the goal, right? Not caring about meeting the goal, not or not even trying to fulfill the goal. It has nothing to do with that at all. Procrastination is simply a overwhelmed position, or you feel in an overwhelmed position where you just cannot fulfill it on time, and it kind of stresses you to meet that deadline. This deadline and maybe the topic that you are supposed to do, it's hard for you to even start. You kind of avoid and you start trying to look into other things, such as watching Netflix, even though you know time is running, and that makes you even more nervous, makes you anxious, and you start to go into this super spiral going all the way downhill. You start to self-doubt yourself and you start to self-doubt and you start to maybe even get angry at yourself because it's not the first time that this is actually happening. And so I want to give you a little insight here. On the other side, we have those people who are quite top performers. And those top performers, they're really much in the doing. They're constantly on the road, constantly going. They see a lot of results happening. And what happens there is that they feel also overwhelmed and stressed because they keep running and pushing themselves to the edge. And I'm telling both, like the procrastinator and the super top performer, to get back into balance before they start going into this doing, into this performing. See, the way how I grew up was also I have to perform. I have to be like this or like that, and I have to fit into this box, and I have to show these and these results. I have to have this money on my bank account. I have to, shoulds and coulds and whatsoever. That was normal. We are not anymore in that kind of time where we have to follow everything, right? Sometimes the goal we have is a goal that is actually not even what we really want. Maybe it's a private goal you have to, I don't know, opening up a business, and somehow you get really overwhelmed to even start. You set yourself a time, never really works because you're not really ready to even go there. You are trying to kind of avoid the kind of path. Or maybe something super simple, kind of like cleaning up your closet, right? And you're not able to face your closet because it's so much stuff in there, and you know it takes a lot of hours to kind of clean it up, and you feel the stress already, right? So if this is happening with you right now, start to go a little bit more into the being, okay? There's always the two sides of the coin. One is the doing, one is the being. And if the being is not nourished, and if the being is left alone somewhere, like, like the being is not performing and it's not showable, and but when we are leaving that out, we kind of get out of this balance kind of thing. And so then we start to perform, but our body, our balance is quite distorted then, because we feel somehow a little bit shaky. Can you relate to that? So what you're doing instead is really to center yourself again. Okay, you can do this with breath work, really works well, where you really start to sit down, and even if you know that within an hour you have to fulfill a task, okay? I would actually say before you start doing anything, you start to get into balance before. Simply because you want those energies in alignment, because if they are not in alignment, you kind of burn out, right? There is no energy anymore. There is no energy left. And so you want to be in alignment with who you are. And you can only do that by opening up your heart and by opening up kind of your channel to connect yourself with above and below. And so I have done this in a video, and I think I will just link it so you can go and do it right away. So I'm not doing the same again. But if you just want to really go and have a short one, then that is really a good one. I think it's about 5 minutes or something like that. And you just start to really reconnect and recenter yourself. And so because you're starting to really feel into this, you start to calm down. So this is number one, okay, before you do anything. And once you are past that and you can feel that you're a bit more relaxed, right? You are a bit more calm. You can see that it helped you. You can see that you feel more light, more peaceful. That's when you can start doing, okay? Because you have the balance again. And so what is next is to look at those goals or look at your tasks, whatever, and then to really decide which of them do I really have to do, and you kind of like prioritize them new. And I would really say write this down, really make it as a list and write it down. And there are a few things that you can do. So first is, okay, super urgents, you just put them on the top. Then the ones that are not so urgent, you put them in the middle. And the ones that, you can do at the time when you have the time. Okay. Now the ones you can do whenever you find the time, there's a question mark. Do I even have to do them? Do I even have to start those things? Maybe you have on it kind of like, I don't know, cleaning up something, okay? And maybe it is something that, I don't know, something really not that present, or it's not that urgent for you. And you gotta question yourself if you can just leave it either way on that paper, or if you write it on another paper where you look once in a while on this sheet and you pick just one that is something that you always wanted to do or you need to do, and you can just do throughout the year, and that's just what you have there. So whenever something comes in your mind that it would be good if we would have that, I don't know, a new wallpaper whatsoever, you need to buy that and blah blah, start to be creative or start to do something whatsoever. And if there is no super urgency behind it, and you really have to be observative and observe yourself whether that is really true, and you just can put it on this special sheet, and then you will just hand it over to this special sheet. And so, okay, let's put this sheet aside. Then you have the middle ones and you have the top ones. You look at them very, very closely one more time and you start to recognize, are they really in the right categories? Can I actually move some of the urgent ones? Can I move them down? Or do I need to maybe put some that are in the middle? Do I need to put them up? Okay, so now that you are seeing what you actually should do in the task, you can even write down like how long it may take you to fulfill that. Okay, so you really start to structure a bit more, and some of them actually you can look at. And I remember one client, and he had on the top list, he had something prioritized. It was about work and it was about creating some new budget whatsoever. I think it was a budget plan for, I don't know, a new team or whatsoever. And the next time I actually heard him, he told me, this team is going to another team leader. And so I don't even have to create that budget list. So, sometimes there are actually things that were once mandatory or once really urgent. You can just check them out because it's not needed anymore. Or you can ask someone who can actually help you to support. Okay? There are many people who actually just wait for you to ask, hey, do you need support? How can I help you? So go and ask for that help, because really you don't have to do it all by yourself. Ask for that help, be present, and think about, what do I need to fulfill that? And in addition, when you look at the task, you can already see, okay, this needs, 2 hours. This needs maybe 5 or 10 hours. Then you can see if you're actually able to even meet that goal. And then you can talk to the party B and tell them, listen, this is not possible in that time frame you give me. Is it okay if I can get another 2 or 3 days? And most often they will actually say, oh yeah, no problem. We make the stress for something that wasn't even that urgent. So we have to start communicating and start to be in our own power and see, okay, this can actually wait a little bit. And so it really helps when you have it written down and you see and you look at those things that you have to do, and then you can see, do I really need to do them, right? You can really chuck a lot of those things out, because it would be good if you can chuck, right? Prioritize to stay centered before you start doing this task, and start to really go into, start to do things from a different approach. Start to do things with looking out for support, asking people to give you more time. Make sure that you have a timeline on when you can do what, but not in a stressful way, in a way where you feel comfortable doing. Most people with procrastination, they kind of feel like it's too tight, like the time is too tight and they cannot do it, or they have 1 year time to do it and they never do it, and when it's time to actually do it, they have like 1 hour left, and then it's kind of too late, right? So you gotta make sure that when you do need help, and especially when you have a super long time frame and you have no clue how to do it, go and get help so you can actually do that task. That might be your partner, that might be a friend of you who knows a little bit more, who can guide you, who can give you support. That could be a coach, that could be, someone else who can help you in that field, who has more knowledge. Maybe it's someone in business who can help you. You just gotta go and find that support that you really need so that you can actually be more calm and relaxed. Okay? I really hope this video has helped you. Let me know in the comment section, and if you really enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe to this video, and then I would say thank you so much for being here, and I see you next time. Bye bye.